And hello, everyone. This is Michael Cannon representing the TooMedToo Star Wars Network. We've got your fix. And today is the Holocron House, Session 7. Last week's, or the last one that we did of Session 6, was abbreviated because we had our buddy... Well, what's going on here? All right, that should take care of that, I guess. What was I saying now? We had our buddy Ross Sandbridge stop by. And in a good way, that kind of derailed the show. So, yeah, there's that. We're going to start. Just going to see if we got another person or two popping in here. If we got anybody on Twitch coming in. Yeah, so that's it. Been doing a lot of streaming on Twitch and YouTube for the games. I've gotten out of the games a little bit. Or I'm trying to get out of the games on YouTube just so that I can get the Twitch going for mostly games and have YouTube for the other content. So, I see we have Christina Flores in here. Hello, Christina. How are you doing today? Thank you very much for stopping by. And I don't know if I did this time. I'm losing my mind today. Christina Flores, Mr. Rez, Chris from Kentucky, Rural Farm Boy, and Kylo from Kylo Customs. Those are all of my Patreons. So if you would like to become a Patreon member and help to support the chat and my gaming and everything else, feel free and just let us know. Let me know. Let somebody know. Yeah, so let's see. Anybody else going to pop in here? Anybody want to pop in and talk with me about these things? That's perfectly great too. All right, so yeah, I gave it a couple minutes. I'll probably be streaming later on. I'm trying to finish up Fallen Order here, and then, or Fallen Order, I should say. All right. Anthony, how are you doing, my friend?
Afternoon, Michael. A little out of sorts a couple minutes ago, but all things be set right now.
All right, I hope everything's working out for you.
Oh, yeah. Never a bad thing.
And I am just going to ask really quick, anyone that does have a Twitch account, go over and watch this stream on Twitch for me. It would really help me out. If not, it's great to have you on YouTube too. So I need to get my average viewers up, and I need to have that for a period of time. So yeah. Anyways,
quick question before we start. Yeah. Twitch, do you have? Is that I'm watching on the StreamYard? Are comments that may show up there going to show up on StreamYard's chat? Do you know?
If you're watching, if you're on StreamYard, and
yes, they do.
Yes, yeah, they both show up. Now, if you're watching on Twitch, you don't see the comments that show up on YouTube. So,
And likewise for YouTube.
Yes.
Switches don't show up on YouTube. Yep. Alrighty. Where did we leave off at this thing? It's been, what's it been? Been a week. And I'm expecting we're past page 60 for sure.
We left off on, I don't know where.
Oh, I almost have to want to go back.
Oh, yeah, I'm just getting this done.
All right, stop.
Technology is great.
Only when it does what you want it to do.
Give me just one more second here. You guys know I'm always, you don't need to come on until a couple minutes afterwards. See, that's what I'm talking about. Kylo Ren Flores, she's watching on both. I'm getting my views on both of them. That's a professional. That's a professional Patreon supporter right there.
But she ain't doing it on StreamYard too. There's actually 3 ways.
Oh, damn. That's real farm boy action for the 3-way. All right. Let's see. Just gotta do this real quick.
Twitch is weird, Raz. Star Wars is weird. Just saying. Aha, you have it in the show notes, page 116.
Yeah, because we only did a couple of pages because we got left off with Ross stopping by.
Oh, all right, Miss Chris. I'll give her the trifecta. She's watching on both and cooking at the same time. Yeah, that's a 3 for 3 win in my book if I ever seen
Mm-hmm. All right, so I think we're good to go. All right, took care of the business. Gonna do this one lickety split, right quick. All right. Everyone say bye to Earl Farm Boy. Well, he's still gonna be here, but you know.
All
right.
Yeah, big screen. I ain't part of Bardo. I ain't no kind of art.
We already did these guys.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where we left off. Talking with these guys. Talking about these guys.
Yeah, there we go. I remember now. Yep.
Okay. And then we go over here. We might have done, I don't know if we did these guys or not, but we might have. I think we did this page too.
That page too, on that call. On account of that one on the left-hand page, it looks like a short-eared father. Yeah, we did that.
Yeah. I don't know if, did we finish it? We'll just go over it real quick. Over here you have more. These are all scenes. Let's see. This piece of paint over a sculpt, unfortunately, due to concerns that these creatures might be confused with Faviars of The Last Jedi, it was decided to reduce the size of their ears because they had big ears up there. They're giraffes, just spelled a little differently. Over here, early in development, Aki lived in underground fens and marshes. Yeah, we already did this page. I'm just going to make sure. These are more Aki ones. You have Lunt Davies on all these. And then you come over here. I'm pretty sure we did this page too. BB-8, Fen Speeders. These are by Davies. This is by Davies. This is by Davies too. This is by Fisher. That's Ochi Wizard.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now we're gonna get up close
Ooh,
with
yeah,
some.
this is new. This is new. This is new.
Okay, we got Serpent Dude there. Some more Serpent type things.
Pre-production of what the Vexus ended up being, I'm gonna guess. That sand snake. Yeah, oh yeah, there it is.
Down there. Looks like a salmon. We went shopping for a six-eyed salmon. It's a salmon snake.
Fry up in butter and garlic, I'd eat it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so let me get back over here a little bit. All right, so this is Serpent 15 by Manzella. Over here, you got the Ray. Initially, Ray was to encounter the Serpent in the surrounding forest of the Rebel base. Upon presenting a round of designs, JJ informed us that it was no longer in the script, but he would look at the designs anyway. He really liked the directions I had taken with the Serpent designs and joked that maybe they should write it back into the script. I presumed that it was the last we'd seen of the Serpent. Sometime later, we got word that it had indeed been written back in, the time in an underground cave system. All right, and then just
that's neat. So
more serpents
to get
over
an
there.
idea, was to encounter it on Agent Kloss?
Yes.
First thinking that's interesting. Wow. All right.
Oh, I didn't block out the sunlight too well.
No, it's showing pretty good on my screen.
There's a little bit of a glare, and that's coming from I don't have the window blocked off like I usually do from it, but you know, hey, it is what it is.
It works. It works.
Okay, and then down here, we have our aim in the creature department is to make practical creatures whenever possible, and despite the Serpent's large scales, I wanted to find a design that would allow us to build a particular puppet. I took inspiration from a fossilized prehistoric fish called a Dunkleosaurus, a T-Rex of the ocean. By taking its predatory appearance, expanding it upon its plate-like structure, and adding a soft underbelly, I found a design that I felt would both fit the Star Wars universe and allow us to take the practical approaches. That's Fisher. These ones down here, I'm sorry. This was Davies, this was Fisher, Manzella, Fisher. Both of these over here on this side, these are both Fisher. Oh, I can't read it from there. We are quite skeptical, to be honest. If we should do it practically, I've done snakes in the past, and they are very difficult. Just to get the ball rolling, we mocked it up with an agility tunnel used in completing dog training. When you coiled it up and had 4 puppeteers roll inward and outward, it gave the impression of compressions and expansion of a body that, when tied with the head, surprised us that we all convincingly good. Essentially, the final creature was no more sophisticated an approach than first mocked up. It was just basically a big piece of hollow tubing with a head on it. We built the test we built the set, raised it so we could physically get our hands in there. Some puppeteers laid down so they were hidden by it and could push it. And the combination of about 12 or 15 people with Paul Casey choreographing the group together allowed us to shoot that sequence in that tiny environment. And that was from Neil Scanlon, and both of these pictures are from Fisher. All right.
So
Onward.
initially, before they ended up deciding to do it as a digital creature, it started out as an actual physical 4-man puppet. Wow.
And then
This is ILM. This is what they do.
Being a 12-person puppet. Okay, here we go.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
We got. What do we got? This is what we got.
All the Dio concepts. I don't remember who did these.
All the concepts in there. Yeah, because we heard earlier in this book that they were using a duck. Something about a duck. I don't remember exactly what it was. A duck droid or whatever. Maybe I'm making that up. There was something about a duck.
No, that sounds familiar. It does.
Okay, and different, just a little bit, just little different variations. And this is, oh, look what we come up with now. Some Dio action.
Well, in some of the previous ones, I'm seeing a little bit of BD1. You seeing that in some of them too? Just a few.
Yeah, like this one over here, kind of.
Oh, yeah. Yep. As soon as I saw that, I was like, hey, that's BD. That might be where he was born from. That's neat.
Yeah, I was up till almost 6 a.m. playing Fallen Order last night. So, well, I'm going back and areas that I didn't have all the treasure chests or things like that completed. I've been going back and going through. So it's like, Kashyyyk, I was at 92%, and I played it for a day or two, and got it up to 100% complete. Just you miss going one way down an alley or a hidden door or something like that, and you kind of miss out a little bit there. So, all right. So these pictures up here, droid sketches. This one up here, Dio number 5, a Phase 2 Dio designed with 70s, 80s technology feel. Over here, and that's Lunt Davies. This one's over here, Fisher. This guy up here that we saw is Dio number 3, and that's Fisher. This one over here is Dio version 0 or Dio version 3, another one by Fisher. We looked at Cheyenne and Hallen cameras as the 70s and 80s unique projectors, that sort of technology, and the plastic injection moldings they were using we tried to get some of that, as well as Art Deco lamps and metalwork in there. And that was Neil Scanlon. Down here, Droids number 10 by Fisher. And then these pictures over here. The first idea we got about Dio's existence was while the gangs were in Batuu, Frick's droid workshop, BB-8 spots the broken remnants of Dio. BB-8 proceeds to fix him up while the others were doing their thing. While Dio fires up, he attaches himself to the first thing he sees, BB-8. Like a newly hatched duckling, the scene subsequently got moved from the droid workshop to Dio's being found on Octo's abandoned ship. And that's from Lunt Davies. And we have Duckling Droid number 6. The page has a single wheel element to the top left corner and some ideas for the cone-shaped head elsewhere. the little sketch in the top right of the cone on a circle is actually quite present of the final design. Everywhere on this page, I was playing along with the silhouettes of a duckling. Aside from being a strong silhouette shape, the cone-shaped head is also reminiscent of a duckling, bird, or puppy. So that's great. Just gonna let everybody in here that's hasn't been in here too long. If you're watching on YouTube, you can also go over and watch me on Twitch. I would really appreciate it if you went over and hit up Twitch, subscribed over there, and gave me a little bit of watch over there. Yeah, so that's about it. All right, more Dio. There's a lot of stuff on Dio here. I mean, Dio's got 4 pages. I think that's more than anybody else. Give you a little close-up look right here. More Dio, more Dio, more Dio.
Wow, he went through a lot of variations till the end. Wow.
Sure did. Sure did. That's Star Wars for you, my friend.
Uh-huh. 2 eyes to 3 eyes to dots for eyes to a line of dots for eyes to 4 slots down to the what ended up being the 3. Or no, it is the final version is 3 slots, 3 of those long oval slots for eyes.
All right, and we have Dio's personality is my dog. His name is George. My other dog is Charles, whose life has been totally fine. But George has had a really tough life at a shelter in Arkansas or Arkansas, depending on who you are. Anthony, what do you say?
It's
How do you
Arkansas.
pronounce that state?
It's Arkansas to me, but I've heard other folk call it Arkansas.
Okay, just wondering. Didn't know how the farm boy how he said it. So he literally repeats everything Charles does. He had a chain around his neck and was outdoors, soaking wet in the rain, and he didn't even know how to accept kindness. When they find Dio aboard Oki's ship, he's like that. When he comes out and he wants to intimidate everything that his big brother BB-8 does. Chris Terrio. Yeah, that's like Nubs. When I got Nubs, she was rescued from a dog farm in North Carolina. And the lady drove her from, if you know anything about North Carolina, she drove her from Fayetteville to Raleigh. So it was like a 2-hour drive just to bring it to us. The dog was free, didn't cost her anything. We just had to take her to the vet and get shots. But she was so poorly abused that if she was on the couch and you sat down, she'd take off. After a couple months, if you sat down on the couch next to her, she'd let you pet her or whatever. If you were laying down on the couch and she eventually, after an amount of time would get up on the couch and let you be there next to her. If you touched her, she would just take off flying. That took a couple of years before you could actually get her where, she'd hang out with you. But even still, until she was about 10 years old, so for about 8 years, she was always very skittish, and not skittish like she was afraid, but just like she would be petrified. And like you think that she was going to have like a heart attack or something, but
she had a lot of unlearning to do. Lots.
Wow. Yep. So these are all Lunt Davies pictures over here. Down here we have phase 3. Head design sheet with 5 piano keys, shaped eyes, a radar dish nose, plus colorways. And that's just said Lunt Davies. Here we have another phase 3 head design sheet with 5 raised circular eyes, pepper pot nose, plus colorways. And then we come over here to this side.
Getting
All
close
right.
to final.
Dio wheel options. Lunt Davies. Dio wheel options G. Oh, these are B. These are G. Over here we have Dio wheel options by Lunt Davies. The green and white was derived through a complementary color to BB-8. As much as anything, the color also felt complementary to R2. That's Neil Scanlon. And Chris Terrio says, at first when I saw Dio, I thought, oh, he's not cute enough because he doesn't have eyes. I went to an anthropomorphic place. Not pornographic, pornographic, okay? You people, this isn't a Saturday night show. But now, I love him. Now I love him. His design, I love the way that he's operated. JJ was really smart about that. Even with BB-8, he knew the ratio of symmetry to asymmetry, and those things, they're so right. It's based on the human face. It's got to be familiar enough that it seems approachable, and yet the defamiliarized enough that it feels like a proper droid from another galaxy. Okay. All right. And to a large extent, Dio was already in JJ's mind. He didn't just quite know what he wanted until we put a bunch of drawings in front of him. I think Spy vs. Spy, the Mad magazine comic strip created by Antonio Fuertes, was also very much in JJ's mind when there was quite an extrapolated refreshment process to get the feeling that Dio was built before BB-8 but after R2. This mono-wheeled droid kind of works but falls over. The ultimate version will be a ball one day, and then beyond the ball, we don't know yet. Lynn Robertson, Bruce, and Robin Guivere are performing Dio. Lynn is the head, and Robin's doing the physicality of him. They had to find their own little droid outside of BB-8, and they've definitely done so. He just steals the show. Now, the thing that I find most interesting in that little spot right there is they say in the future they don't know how a droid's going to get along and how the droid's going to be doing his thing. So, yeah, he
two puppeteers to operate him. Wow, I wouldn't have never figured.
Two puppeteers, and I mean, I'm still going with they're so in the future droids are going to be flying around. They're not going to be wheeling around. I mean, if they don't know if the ball if it's generated from a tripod or legs to a one wheel kind of thing to a ball, and then they say they don't know what's going to be happening later on. So, oh yeah, there's a great conversation going on over on Twitch right now, Anthony. We have
I see Johnny's there.
Tea Towel God and Life Debt Blog Pod having a little interesting conversation about Dio. So yeah, that's the one from last film.
In episode 9, Rise of Skywalker. Yep.
Yeah, T-Towel, if you want, after this is over, go back a few minutes. I don't know where we are. We're at about almost at the 30-minute mark because we just did a lot of talking first, so we haven't gotten really too much into it. But go back a few minutes, and it's all pictures of Dio, and a little bit about the last 4 pages are all about Dio. Mm-hmm. So yeah, any of you people in here that are watching on YouTube, go over and watch on Twitch too, and then you can be involved in their conversation because only me and Rural Farm Boy can see both. But of course, if anybody wants to come and get involved and talk about this, feel free. I don't know how much we got left in this one because we cut it short from the other day. So it's only about half of a. We did half of an episode the other day, and then we got about a half episode today to put them all together. And I'll just throw this for you guys watching again. I'm going to throw this in here again, and that's how you go over and watch it on Twitch. It's pretty much the same thing, just a little alternative to YouTube. So you know, it all depends. What you're into. I'm going to start using the Twitch a lot more for my my video game streaming. I'm going to use it for this also. You know, because there's a lot of people on Twitter that won't go to YouTube because they don't like YouTube. There's a lot of people that use YouTube that won't go to Twitch because, you know, they like YouTube. So I figure if I can get on a couple more platforms, you know, I can't really do more than 2. Otherwise I'd have it on Facebook also. And that just gets, you know, then you have to start spending a lot of money to do that. So I can't really afford that at this moment in time. But here we go. We got another guy over here. He doesn't look very nice. Okay.
Oh.
Let's see if we can focus on that. That's not focusing the way I want to.
Ooh, very Sacy pin looking.
Oh, that's a better. Oh no. All right, so that's what we got for right now. All right, so this guy up here in the top corner with the teeth, that's Manzella, and that's Wizard 41. This guy is Wizard 22 by Wiltshire. Wiltshire does this kind of guy. Like this kind of looks like it would be like a platypus. A platypus, and what's that little tiny creature that they have that they found, the microscopic one? It looks like a worm. I forget what the hell they call it. They're white, and they're like, I mean, I just said microscopic, but you guys got to know what I'm talking about. And they look like in between like a worm and a platypus kind of thing. Oh, they're bears, white bears. I think they call them white bears, white pandas, something like that. I don't know. I'm just rambling on. No one has any idea what I'm talking about.
Where from? Rise of Skywalker?
No. In real life. In real life, there's a microscopic animal, or whatever it is, that looks like this kind of, except it's white, and it's I'm gonna find a picture later because you guys think I'm crazy. I'm gonna find that right now.
I never said that in words. Yeah, looking at some of these made me have to go and mute my mic and have to go run over and grab the Rise of Skywalker Visual Dictionary because there's some of these in here.
Tardigrade is what they're called.
Huh.
But I typed in microscopic bear and it came up. So here we go. Let's see. Images. Back over here to stream. Dude. Share stream. What do I tell you? I tell you art makes you smart, right? Well, now you're getting a science lesson too.
Holocron House puts science in Star Wars. And art.
Yes, sir. So there you go. There's the there's them bad boys. You see them all right? See, can you? I don't know if you can see my cursor on here, but yeah, see, it kind of looks like that. You look at them; they look like in between like a bear and a platypus, but they're microscopic.
No, I got your banner page. Oh, there we go. Oh, and that's a real life thing. Wow.
Yep.
I did see that. I don't remember where. Twitterverse maybe.
Let's see. Known colloquially as water bears or moss piglets, are a phylum of water-dwelling. That just goes on.
Wow, get your tardigrade out of my midichlorians.
You can. I think midichlorians would be a little bit smaller, considering the fact that there's like 30,000 midichlorians in a cell, or a few thousand, unless you're Master Yoda or Anakin. Yeah, they're animals. They're just microscopic animals, which just makes you think, what else is out there?
Or in there, as the case may be.
So yeah, Johnny Orm typed in Kajimi and it came up Camino. And he never said I was crazy out loud.
The autocorrected. He's repeating me. This is getting out of hand. Now there are two of them.
Ian, since you're here and I feel, yeah, Ian, go watch this on Twitch. Or stay on YouTube. You know what? You do what you want to do. It will happen one day, with or without your help, you bastard. All right. New comments. Why can't I get comments here?
Johnny says, looks like the one-eyed character Warwick Davis played in the deleted sauna scenes from the Father Year Chase. Kedpin Show Club, Johnny. That who you mean?
There, Ian. I never watched this. Gonna be like, he just keeps posting the chat over and over for Twitch. All right, we got. Well, can see what is. I'm trying to build up the Twitch a little bit, so I need to get some time in there so that it's one of those things. Nobody's gonna watch a channel when no one's subscribed to it. So you got to get subscribers, because if somebody can watch a channel that has 10 people in it, or somebody can watch a channel that has 100 people in it, they're gonna watch the one with 100 because obviously you think the one with the 100 is better, which not necessarily. That might be the one with 10's a lot better. Just like there's a lot of YouTube channels out there that have hundreds of thousands of people and they're crap, and I'm better with my almost 1,913 people that I have. So yeah. And I'd like to say, because Ian's here, they fly now. All right, and this guy over here is another one by Manzella. We've done quite a lot of prosthetic makeups on this film, and that's been a fresh new thing. There's physicality in putting an animatronic head on someone that drives the physicality, everything, and so many ways that Star Wars visual vocabulary. But using makeup means that we can keep proportions a bit tighter. Prosthetic supervisor Lucy Shabak and her team have applied the makeups that we've made in the creature shop, and it's been a nice addition to the family. Trying to find our version of what they look like, it's a very thin line. Star Wars has done that very well for very long. So what do we do to push it more of a Star Wars world? It's something that I personally would like to do more of in the future if we can. And that's Scanlan again. Over here, we just have another wizard. Over here, we have a haunted alien. The haunted alien was supposed to have seen tens of thousands of Star Destroyers because he's got so many eyes, he could see them all. The haunted look was an integral part of the original brief. The idea was he has really seen that many, or is it just that he has way too many eyes? Ha, see, that's what I'm saying. When the storyline evolved, but JJ took a liking to the character and promised he would appear somewhere in the film, and that is Rosard. And then down here we have Langus Assassins by Davies.
And it looks like they're set on Kijimi, at least
All
in the
right.
concept art. I'm gonna hunt the visual dictionary for that previous fellow that you just said about, just to see if there's something in relation out of my own curiosity. JJ promised. Yep, there he is.
What do you got, Anthony? Here, I need 1 second. So here, you show these wonderful people what
Yeah.
you're talking about. I got you on camera now, so you show them what you're talking about.
And yeah, that very same alien that Michael read about that had a ghost face and the many eyes. We'll do a crossover Holocron house. Art of Rise of Skywalker / Rise of Skywalker Visual Dictionary. And that would be that fella right there in the middle of the screen. Has them same many eyes. A minty Pidian. And he reads as a 20-eyed Lacedanian, a Muncie Pidian, is well equipped for his profession as a forager. With concentration clusters, his eyes can focus in specific portions of the electromagnetic spectrum. I need some light. Pardon, friends. There. Now you can read a Star Wars story. From X-rays with extreme effort radio waves. Muncie has lately become convinced that he can see the future, attributing it to his non-existent 21st eye. So that there is that one piece of concept art that JJ promised was going to end up in Rise of Skywalker. And, well, my next given watch of ROS on Kijimi, he's one of the Kijimi city inhabitants. I want to find this fella. Just to say that, because JJ promised, I want to see where he's at. We do spend a short amount of time on Kijimi in the story. I want to see where he's at. Maybe he's that one fella that steps out of his open door as the snow troopers are making their way up the street and hurries up, steps back in and closes that blast door behind him. Wonder if that's him. And I also see there was that other fella I said earlier that looked like Stacey Pin. Fusco Morno would be that fella right there. Was also in the Ardo, and it appears he was also on Kijimi too. Now that's two. I'm going to have to go. Maybe that'll compel some other folks next time you watch, just to see, because we like to pick those things apart and find where these momentary characters are at.
All right.
Woo! Well, I hope I done that well enough.
Of course, man. That's what we're here for, you know. Crossing and crossing the streams and whatever else we gotta do. Cross whatever. All right. So we got some more art right here. We're gonna. Don't worry, Royal Farm Boy's still here. We just lost his picture for a moment.
Because his picture ain't part of the art book.
Okay, we got those creature guys there. We got some more concept art. Well, I mean, obviously this is all concept art. 99% of it in here is concept art, but
yeah, there's looking like a lot of this did not end up getting used.
it looks like Dr. Seuss and Star Wars had a baby. That last one.
Yeah, it does. Yep. It surely does. Can't quite figure where they might have been fixing to put this in the story, even though it might not have ended up. Just making me wonder where were they thinking they using this? Kijimi, Pisana, don't rightly know.
Cassini, Cassana, Don. Oh, sorry. I was about to sing some, belt out some Queen for you. Make up my own words, though. I like to do that. Delilah likes to make up her own words to songs. All right, so here we have Babu started as a little sideshow character, almost a fortune teller. As so, we thought it's a 9-inch figure, so it could be a rod puppet. They got a 9-inch rod for you as a puppet there. He's sitting next to somebody behind a satin curtain. Holes in the curtain. Oh my God, this whole thing right here is to be read on Saturday night, Anthony. I think.
Oh boy.
Oh, and I think we're gonna do Sunday afternoon for trivia.
Alrighty. Then as of now, I'm drawing up the list of weekend live chats, and Sunday is wide open. Nobody yet.
I'm thinking Sunday at 1 or 2. I gotta check with the boss though and see what she says. And I'll get back to you shortly on that one. Hey, boss, Sunday at 1 or 2. Is that okay? Maybe. Yes. What time are we doing Family Zoom?
Yes.
I don't know. Find out what time Family Zoom's at, and then I'll work around there. All right. So, anyways, yeah, I'll let you know as soon as I decide because I make all the decisions.
Maybe yes is better than maybe no.
Yep. This is going to work. Guess what? He is nothing like that. He actually ends up on a table with 4 puppeteers behind him and green laughs. Ha ha ha. Scanlon, that's a joker. And with ILM TVX supervisor Roger Goyette having a meltdown every time we go on set with him.
I can imagine. Yeah, I could see where they were coming from now. I should have seen it. Kijimi, yeah, these are all the pre-production concepts of Babu Frick.
Yep.
Should have seen it. I see it now. As soon as you said Rod Puppet, and I remembered watching the parts from the Skywalker Legacy and how, yeah, all the puppeteers it took to operate him. Yeah.
Well, and I would like to say something to. I'd like to say something to Ian. Ian said that Babu Frick would make a great addition to my Star Wars Funko Pop collection, but I do not have a collection. I have Star Wars merchandise that happens to be Funko Pop or pop related.
In your collection, finish the sentence.
And the things I've acquired. Like this guy right here, Babu Frick. That's the
yeah. When you get that would make a fine addition to your merchandise.
Yep.
When you get it, yeah, it would.
If Kyle Customs was here, he could probably tell you because he does collect the Funko Pops. I collect Black Series, and I'm way behind on my Black Series. But rumor has it, it might be raining Black Series in Brooklyn pretty soon. Just saying. Checking the mail every day. Or UPS guy or whatever. I got the, I don't know what happened. I had ordered 2 of them. The Jawa Futura. And I thought Futura meant like some kind of future thing. No, that's the guy's, that's the graffiti artist's name. Ian knows more about him than I do. That designed some Funko Pops. and you've seen me open them, and if you've been watching and paying attention. But they have a camouflage Jawa that just came out, and I had ordered 2 of them because I got one for my acquiring. I don't collect them, and one for a friend that needs them. They're hard to get, things like that. Whenever I order anything online and it's like a limited 2, I get the limited 2. Because you get one for yourself, and then there's always a friend that wants to have one or find one that can't find it because people are using bots and ordering 100 of them so that they can turn around and sell them. It was $9.95. They're turning around and selling them for $50 on eBay when they come out, making their money that way. But that's not really my style. So I still got C3POs. I got 2 C3POs from the Futura line sitting around just because I picked up 3. And if none of my friends want them, they'll go away for gifts. And his name's Futura, something like that. Maybe it's nothing to do with future. Maybe he's of a different descent than the Anglos that the majority of us are. Futura is his name. I don't know if that he's Asian and that's his last name, or if that's his made up graffiti handle name, or whatever it turns out to be. Futura 2000. So anyways, we got a little bit more. A 9-inch alien over here. We have 9-inch guy over here. Then we have 9-inch alien version. Babu would start a bit insect like a small character that could crawl in small spaces, only vents and hidden places. But then when you had a very compassion for him, we had to distance ourselves from that organic brief and try to come up with a more likable fellow. In the end, we've got there the first and derived a great characterful design. And that is Rizard. Oh, and Fisher and Manzella over here. This one over here is Manzella also. You don't really see thing. I like what they kind of came up with too, because they want him to be cute and cuddly and furry. Well, not necessarily furry, but he is a little bit. He doesn't really look like a insect.
Mm-hmm.
He looks like little Ho Chi Minh right there. Is that what that's called when you got the fucking mustache like that? Is that a Ho Chi Minh?
Mm-hmm.
See, I'm smart. I got learned. Could you imagine my potential if I would have only gone to high school?
Something in relation to that.
I went to high school. My senior year, after the first semester, I went from a Catholic school where you got beat by the nuns to a private, or I went to a public high school where, and then it was like, it took me a semester to realize I could do whatever the fuck I wanted and nobody really cared. You find that teacher here and there that actually did, but otherwise it didn't really matter. So that's when I started doing a lot of the things you shouldn't be doing as a freshman in high school, and to adult type things, but nobody cared. So I didn't get caught by my parents, and then I had to buckle down my sophomore year because then I finally got in trouble for everything I did my freshman year, and then junior year was kind of like a free for all, and my senior year I did all right in school even though I never went, and I only had to take 2 classes my senior year, so I was out of school. I had to stay there for 3 classes though, but I left every day. But then I had 198.
Shit.
I'm okay.
Am I okay?
Well, are you okay?
No.
Don't be embarrassed. You're okay. It's my fault. I got cables hanging out all over the place. I would have caught you. Don't worry.
Would you?
I would have. Ian says hello. She said hi. He wants you to come get on camera. She said she misses your face. Well, you're going to see him on May 4th. Well, maybe not in person, but, maybe May 4th, just as long as it doesn't fall through. Oh, here we go. All right.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Getting closer to the final thing.
getting
Oh,
closer.
glad he didn't end up looking like that. Or that.
That kind of looks like the guy from Jedi Fallen
Order
Order.
there.
That looks like the guy from Jedi Fallen Order a little bit. There you go.
There we are. Yeah.
And another one right there. I have to say, right now there are 9 people in YouTube and only 3 in Twitch. And Twitch has all the conversations going on.
I know. I'm watching the YouTube chat, and it ain't moved for about 20 minutes.
But that's okay. I mean, my entire screen is full of everything is Twitch. So,
Oh, yeah.
watch your stuff. Yeah, those are all everything. Ian has been. These are all Babu Frick concept arts. Excuse me. And then they narrow it down. And that's kind of the. Excuse me. I'm choking on my aspirations.
As one does.
Mhm.
They tend to do.
Well, Vader will tell you not to. I wish I was as cool as Ben Mendelsohn. We just started watching the Outlanders Outsider again. The one that Ben Mendelsohn is in. Stephen King adaptation to a movie.
Hmm.
Oh, you guys, I'm only joking too. I mean, you don't need to talk. It's nice when you do talk. See, I always forget to do this shit too. Be like, oh, Ian. I forget to do that. And Futura, he's American, so I was completely wrong in my assumption. But that wasn't an assumption. I was just guessing because, I mean, Futura, if I told you Futura, that definitely sounds, if you had to pick a nationality it would come from, it would be somewhere in an Asian country is what I would think. With the vowel ending at the end, with the ch, but, whatever. I'm no linguist. Although we did learn through some of our Holocron house, I believe, that they used, when they made Shriwook and Hutnese, they used a linguist from, I think, USC came in and made that language for them. So it was actually like made sense. So it's like it's not just gibberish. Like I think we talked about Die Hard. The Germans in Die Hard don't speak German. They just speak made up sounds, language that sounds like German because they didn't have anyone to write German. So they just wrote their own German sounding language and words. Anyways, best Christmas movie ever. We have this guy down here. Alien #1. See this? Did I say this already? He looks like the guy from Jedi Fallen Order.
Not yet.
Before you guys made me go on my tangent. Yep. Yeah, you guys get me going all the time, and I'm not a very cunning linguist, but I am a lyrical genius like Phil Collins. What movie is that from? That Phil Collins is a lyrical genius. They also talk about how great Whitney Houston is. And the other hint,
I'm out on that one.
The other hint is it was a movie made in the 90s, but takes place in the 80s.
I'll leave that to the chat. They're more well-schooled than I think I am.
And like Ian said, it is American. That's your biggest hint. Oh, good guess on Wedding Singer, but no. Anybody else in this land? Okay, I'll give you a second to think about it. We have over here, up here. Let's see, over here. Babu Zazi, number 9. JJ wanted Babu to be kind of like an insect at first. He didn't really respond to those designs. Then one night at home, I was sketching and drew a figure with a hood and a helmet, and I decided to do a quick sculpt that weekend, which JJ liked that because the starting point that became the starting point for Babu. Then it was just a matter of refining him, Manzella. Up here we got Manzella also with that guy up there. This is going to be the sketch. That's going to be the sculpt. I'm guessing completely. I don't know. Okay, it's not the one. It is American Psycho with Christian Bale in there. I don't know why they call him Psycho. He seems like a completely normal person to me, but whatever. This guy down here, we have Babu, a wonderful little design. We're shooting with him this week, and there isn't that much green in comparison to what we thought. There were a few where the whole background is going to be digitally put in, but on the scale of economics, I don't think it is any worse to say a BB-8 or DO shot. And Shirley Henderson, who I remember as Moaning Myrtle from Harry Potter, learning how to do the jaw and the lips as part of a puppeteering team. She's come up with these wonderful gagging, babbling, strange little squeaky voice for Babu. You can see the smiles on the set as soon as she vocalizes it. And we're almost to the end, my friends. This is the last page for this one.
We got Horbox. Well, one Horbox.
Okay. So we see here, we have horse. You got a little bit more of those guys. So that one's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is.
Up there. Some droid action going on. Come over here. That looks like, what are those masks called? They look just like that, except the mouth part, or I guess that's his chin. But the mouth part just goes out. The mouth nose part just goes out long like that instead of it being a chin. Somebody in here should know. Come on, art makes you smart, people. Let's go. We need to know these things.
It's in the Star Wars galaxy?
Nope, not at all. Nowhere near close to Star Wars. They're like masquerade type masks or something, but they're really weird. Kind of look like a crow or a magpie. Just really, really long faced.
I got a vague picture in my imagination what you're meaning. I can't pin it.
All right. Well, anyways, I don't have any idea where to search for that on Google. Otherwise, I'd look that up too. So over here we have a Horse 3B by Lunt Davies. Over here we have a Horse version 9, or I'm sorry, Horse number 9 version 2 by Lunt Davies. Every time you add a practical element to a horse from the saddle down, you're limiting the very reason why you want to use a horse. Early on, the choice was made with Roger Guyette that would not go too far up the neck and that we would leave the rest of the design to be done in CG. In many ways similar to the Koyd Yak we plan to do in Solo. These Arbeck sequences are an homage to Bantha in A New Hope, but the Bantha was something perfect for the moment, an elephant moving very slowly that sets a scenario up. This is a charge of the Light Brigade by Neil Scanlon. Up here, this is an Orbach 13 or 15. We almost went the whole way practically with the Orbach design, but time constraints resulted in the faces being added digitally in post. The upside of going down a digital route was that we didn't have to continue making concessions to the design in order for the horses to be comfortable with the mask. The practical version would have meant larger nostrils, which acted as eye holes for the horses. There's a minimum aperture that they need to have. In this paint over illustration, I reduced the size of nostrils, Lunt Davies. So here, see over here, that's the one we were talking about earlier.
Mm-hmm.
I showed you the close-up of it a few minutes ago. Yeah, I don't know if you remember, but when we had the first scenes coming from the movie, I don't know if it was Variety or who it was, who did all the Entertainment Weekly before they became monthly, but still called themselves weekly, decided to, or in their, I had three different thoughts going on in my head right there. Did some behind the scenes stuff for first shots, and the horses were all covered with the CGI equipment on them. And they're like, why don't they just use the horses? Why don't they do this? Why don't they do that? Why don't you just shut up and see what's going to happen in the movie? The movie's not out for another year, dude.
Yeah, I do remember those teaser photos. Yeah.
Oh, look, there's a little Millennium Falcon down here. Do-do-do-do-do-do. All right, and then we have Wizard 3B by Wiltshire. Down over here, these two, we have Dragon 21. This was an old L337 design from Solo. In turn based on an older casino droid design from The Last Jedi, it was really pleased with this version. Her cool femininity combined with the idea that the droid accessorizing with a poncho, plus with the gun holsters, she obviously has some independent purpose. Lunt Davies. Then over here we have Wizard by Manzella. Up here we have two Alien Wizards, 80 by Rizard, and Rizard 50, Lunt Davies. Wizard 50. I don't know what the hell I'm saying. So, yeah. I mean, that just goes to show you how many sketches they're doing. If you know, and these are like some pretty detailed paintings and artwork, and it's number 80. So, how many do they actually have of each little thing or each section? I guess.
Oh yeah, a great many, and I would think they would include that kind of detail for if it was something that JJ in this case would pick to say, oh yeah, I like that. We're going to use that. That kind of detail would be included in making maquette sculpts, and then leading into or up to and including the final, if it was an animatronic mask or some such. Yeah, they would need to have that kind of detail to actually make and mold and cast these things. Yeah, how many you said? A good more many than I think's in the book.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, if it's 80, I mean, they've obviously had 80 of them, but you know, did they tell them to eat, you know, give me 25 versions, or do they say to like this one's Manzella, did they say, you know, draw it like this for us, and then they told Rizard to draw it like this for us, and then they told you know, Davies draw it like this for us, and gave them different ramifications just so they can get all different things. This is why I need to get one of these arts peoples to talk to.
Concept artists. You got many to choose from.
Yes, sir.
Well, we got Phil Stosak out there still floating around in the Twitterverse. Maybe he might be game for if he's well.
He's not going to talk to me. He's got big shots that want to talk to him, and he doesn't talk to them. So you never know unless you try. I mean, who would have thought I would have got some of the. I gotta go put that interview. Well, see, I was waiting because it's been so long since I did that interview with Man. I was like, you know what, I should put it out before his other book comes out, since it's been so long. But now I don't even know when his other book's coming out because this coronavirus. It's delaying my book that I had crowdfunded was supposed to come out in the first quarter, and the last notice that I got from the factories was that it is they're still in the process of it, that it'll be out soon, or they'd be back in production soon, but they're still shut down. So how far behind are they? So hopefully sometime in the second quarter it comes out, which we're already almost there. So we'll see.
I'd still encourage you to maybe keep Mr. Stosak's name in mind, because even coming up this week and into next week, David from Followers of the Force is going to have 5 different folks from many different parts of putting Star Wars stories together that he's going to talk to, from Phil Tippett to Richard Edlund and Yoshi Boo. Yeah, they're going to hook up and talk with David. I'd say give Phil a behind the scenes ask and please to see, because if other folks are going to talk with David, who say Phil won't want to talk with you, he just may.
This is true.
Mm-hmm. Take
But
David's example now.
that is going to do it for today.
Which page are we leaving off at so I can bookmark it in my brain?
We are leaving off at page 131.
Got it.
Next, we have up the art, set decoration, and computer graphics department.
Ooh, set decoration, fun stuff.
Yes. Quick little spin. What we got there?
Teasers.
Oh, a lot of good stuff coming up.
Sizzle. Oh yeah. Oh yes. The set for Agent Kloss. Yes.
Yes, sir. So, that's about it for today. Well, it's not it for today. In about 14 minutes, you have Rebel Scum going on, I believe, if they can get their computers to work, and otherwise it will be later, because the Canadian internet, can't trust them. Not them, but the Canadians with their internet, I should say.
Canadian Jawas.
Yes. And then later on tonight at some point, strictly on YouTube, not on Twitch yet, I am going to be doing a little bit more of Fallen Order. Right now I'm going through and getting 100% completion. I got 100% completion on Kashyyyk last night. I have a little bit of Ilum, I believe, to do. I think I have a chest left to get on the entire planet, and I don't remember what percentage I am. I might be close to having it done.
The whole game?
Just Ilum, just the planet Ilum.
All right.
Then I have to go to. I have 100% completion on Kashyyyk. I'm almost at 100% completion on Ilum. I'm at like 94, 96% on Bogano, so I just got to go back there. That's the whole thing. When you only have a couple percent left to complete, you got to find that on the whole planet. It's hard to figure out where it was that you didn't, where you left off. And then Mustafar, I still got a lot of Mustafar to go. So I'm hoping to, in the next session or two, I can get the rest of the planets finished off.
So in your mind, does that sound like 75% of the overall game story?
It's probably about 90%.
Oh, whoa, all right.
85. Yeah, because it's at Mustafar, I think I'm at 75%. So the other one's complete, and the other one, yeah. So it's just, it's like, but you go to Ilum. Ilum's a short planet. I think like you have, for example, you have like 16 chests to complete, or 16 chests to find on Ilum. I can't think of their planet right now, but there is 60 or 70 chests, so it's like 4 or 5 times as big and as long. And the bigger it is, the longer it takes sometimes. But yeah, so
I'll have to go. I still
keep.
got to put my playlist on and watch that story mode. I still ain't done it yet.
I'm a couple days behind. You know, I have a couple that I listen to when they come out, and then make sure I listen to the day they come out. Sometimes I don't always get them in there. And sometimes my playlist is messed up, and they don't post it for a couple of days, and then I got to remember, I didn't do that one. It's the wrong day or whatever, so I got to go back and catch up. And I have I'm gonna have to just let some fall to the wayside this week because the other day I watched like 4 or 5 movies with Danielle plus some TV. That's 8 hours. That's 16 podcasts I could have listened to.
Oh, I hear you. Believe it or not, even my back-to-back listening from morning, around 7 in the morning to 9 at night, there's been a couple real killers in there that are 2 hours long that past few days I had to put off to the side because it was just, I had more than enough to get me through the day, but 2+ hour long that I got to put up on ×2 speed, that's a playlist killer. And I love my shows, but some's got to move out the way for others. Or some things got to move out of the way for other things. Same as you said. I hear you.
Yep. Oh, Patrick, how are you doing? Coming in at the last minute. Patrick was around last night when I was doing my 5 in the morning, 3 in the morning, whatever time it was, Fallen Order streaming. So.
Yeah, this one today ended up short notice for me, or I would have had time to go run the hashtag live chat crew around and gather some folks up. I didn't have time to for this rough session. So where are we at? Holocron House number 7 right now, and number 8's the next one.
8's the next one, so we'll see when that happens.
Yeah, if you can get a little bit of a head time handle on, let me know, and we'll round up. I'll get Gannon here at the beginning instead of the end.
Yep, because he just bought the book too, so he can go along with us. He actually has the book. So, all right. With that, I say good day. May the Force be with you.
May the Force be with you, friends.